It's Cunny Ross, Gentleman Mafia, Family Over Fame, and you're now watching Potato Salad Radio Show.
Would you like to make a feature length? Like, would you like to take video and make it into the movie? Would you like to make a movie?
Eventually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you writing? Are you scheming? Do you have movie ideas in your head?
It's funny that you said that. Like, I'm making a short documentary right now, actually, with Maje of Gentleman Mafia.
Love that dude.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out. Yeah, it's about where he grew up.
Yeah.
In East Preston.
Yes.
And we're just we're still filming. We're gonna probably release it this summer, hopefully.
So it's about him?
It's about him and just him and the major figures in his life, like growing up in East Preston.
Nice.
Like some of the some of the landmarks, you know, like the basketball court, for example,
Sure.
or the community center.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
things like that. So I can say that's one of the major short films or movies that I'm working on right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a documentary kind of angle, a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. I classify it as a documentary fully.
Is part of the power of being behind the lens that you get to tell stories? And you get to tell stories the way you want to? You come from a place that you mentioned it early off the top, and I'm older than you, and I've been I've been around. We'll edit out that part where you said for sure. I've been around, and I've been hearing the crap that Preston's taken forever.
Yeah,
and coming from a place that's had its story told for it by a racist media that wants to cast it in a certain way. Mm-hmm. Is there an empowerment to being able to say, I'll tell my story my own damn way? And I get to be the narrator now. Like, I get to go and tell Michael's story. Maje's story.
Like the positive side.
Yeah, because you get to now... I'm going to tell the story.
For sure.
I'm not going to have other people look at and decide and put all this crap on top of something and make up a story that isn't even there.
Yeah.
To fill their kind of weird prerogatives about things.
For sure.
Is there a power in being a filmmaker who coming from a community that needs a voice and that always seems to need... I wish it didn't, but always seems to need a voice?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm like the person on the inside.
Yeah.
Like, the media is just... They're just the people from the outside looking in, right?
Yeah,
so they really don't know what's actually going on.
Not a clue,
right? So I do kind of have that empowerment to make a different picture,
right? Like
surrounding that that topic, right?
Right.
So yeah.
Let me ask you a weird question. I just asked you a question that I'm gonna kind of put myself on the hot spot here.
Okay.
Is it annoying that probably every time you're asked a question about where you come from and then what you do, that it's always it's always run through that lens of instead of just being yo, you're a filmmaker, or yo, you're a videographer,
right,
you're a beat maker, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Instead of I made it out of Preston kind of thing, right? Is that annoying as hell to always have that come up first in a way? Or we see people succeed in all kinds of different walks of life coming out of Preston, and it's always amazing that they made it, and it's why do we always have to go through that hoop instead of just accept me for where I am, instead of always have to talk about Preston every time? Maybe, and I just did that to you. I was just let's talk about Preston.
Yeah.
But I think is that annoying? Does that come up all the time where it's people always want to talk about sort of some sort of epic struggle instead of just meeting you where you are and being yo, you make stuff, cool, let's talk about it?
Yeah, all the time. I do kind of find it's kind of annoying sometimes.
Yeah,
and
I'm calling myself out. I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
I just did that.
And they're always oh, you're from Preston? What?
And then it's oh, surprise, instead
yeah,
of
exactly.
No shit, because there's tons of talented people, and we know
everywhere.
That. We know that forever. And why would we be any different? Right.
Exactly. Right. So
it is kind of annoying to always have that brought up all the time.
Yeah, kind of. And it's kind of it's if you're talking at a professional area with other professional figures, and they're oh, where are you from? You be North Preston. It's kind of you're waiting for their reaction and what they think. You know what I mean? So I kind of get that, right, a lot.